MAV's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of MAV's Coffee Clarity, and here's MAV.
Well, hello, my friends. You're on MAV's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Thanks for stopping by. If you're a regular, welcome back. And if you're a newbie, so glad to have you. This is where we interview maverick minds, change makers, entrepreneurs, people who have done incredible things with their lives in spite of their trials and tribulations, and they share those silver linings here. When I don't have a maverick on, it's just me in a short shot sharing some inspiration that comes from the clients and the strategies I work with daily. But guess what's happening today? Well, I have an incredible intern from, can we say the name of the school? From Fairfield University, right here in New England, my friends. Super smart students. And this one is quite a maverick herself. So she said, she challenged old Mav, and I love a challenge. She said, you know what, let's break format. I used to watch this thing, I don't know, 73 questions on Vogue, and I think we should change it up and let the people see more of you. So guess what? I have no idea these questions she's going to ask me. I said, we can't do 73. This is a short shot. Give me like 33. You know, I love things in threes. So welcome to the stage, my friends, is Taylor. I'm not going to say the last name. Taylor, a rising senior, going to study abroad. I'm going to miss her so much. But welcome and thank you for this great idea. Well, welcome, Taylor.
Thank you.
Did you hear that interlude I gave you?
I did. That was very nice.
Incredible. Well, I do love your idea of the rapid fire. So get ready, everyone. I have no idea. Maybe I should put my glasses on so you won't see if I sweat. So you're going to ask me how many questions?
We have 33 questions to ask you today.
And what got you involved in the Vogue 73?
I just always found it interesting interviewing celebrities or people, finding out more, niche things about them. So I thought it would be fun to do for you.
Okay, let's see how good I am on my feet.
All right. So what did you do? What was the first thing you did this morning when you woke up?
When I get up, I do a stretch and a meditation.
Okay, and what's a small ritual that makes your day better?
Oh, I write it down. I write it down as if it's going to happen, some proactivity, and I write things I'm thankful for.
What are 3 things in your life you can't live without?
Of course, my husband, a good cup of coffee, and the love of family and friends.
Right, okay, so you give so much good advice on MAV's Coffee Clarity. What's the best advice you've ever received?
The 2 greatest words in the world, my friends, is thank you. It's the best prayer, and it opens doors, and it also lets you know a lot about somebody.
Are you a big music listener?
Big time.
And what's a song that always puts you in a good mood?
Al Green, Let's Stay Together. I love anything by Bonnie Raitt. And I listen to acoustical, like coffee shop in the morning just because it sets the mood. But Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
If your life had a soundtrack, what would be the opening song?
Holy shit, what's happening now?
What's a sound or a smell that's nostalgic to you?
Oh, that's a great question. I used to have toast and tea with my grandmother. And it reminds me of like when she'd put on the old radio that was on the table, the little turn dials, and we'd have toast with extra butter. Yeah.
What's a book or a movie that has changed your perspective on something?
A book or a movie? I think it was Notebook with James Gardner, and I forget the actress. It was a really incredible love story about 2 people that took their relationship all the way through the end, through trials and tribulations.
Do you have a place you're currently dying to visit?
Greece.
Where in Greece?
Not sure yet. A couple places.
What's something you're tired of?
The news.
Now, we know you went to FIT in New York City. Is there a
Yes, it's true.
Is there a must-have clothing item that everyone should have in their closet?
Oh, there's several, my friend. But the must-have for me is anything black, a wrap dress in black. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can wear your flip-flops with it.
If you could raid one woman's closet, who would it be and why?
In this era or prior era?
Either one.
Doesn't matter. Probably Cher and Diane Keaton.
What's one thing you're currently obsessed with? Could be a product, could be a place.
Wow, that's another good one.
food.
What am I obsessed with? I love fresh herbs, so I have an herb garden and I sprinkle all kinds of fresh herbs. And it's like I don't do anything. I even put rosemary in my water.
What's your favorite food to cook?
I kind of change it up. I loved stuffed artichokes, gluten-free breaded shrimp has been the two faves lately.
All right, let's switch directions a little bit. What's something people always get wrong about you?
They think I'm really loud all the time.
What makes you most inspired?
Young people like you that have a very strong work ethic and a passion to succeed.
What's something that most people don't know about you?
My height.
What's a skill you wish you could master?
Speaking Italian fluently.
Can you speak any Italian?
I speak Italian and Spanish a little bit, but choppy. I get along.
If you weren't podcasting and running your own marketing and consulting firm, what would you be doing?
Harassing my husband every day at his business. No, I would, what would I be doing? Seriously? I would probably be a fashion illustrator.
Who's someone that's changed the way you see the world?
Lucille Ball.
And who are 3 people alive or dead that you would love to have dinner with?
Alive or dead? My grandmothers, Lucille Ball, and the future president of the United States.
What's a cause that's important to you?
What's a cause? Anything that has to do with our elderly, our veterans, and our children, the most vulnerable populations.
What's a piece of advice that you found yourself giving a lot to others recently?
You know, don't should on yourself. You hear it here on the podcast. Move forward and let it go.
What's the hardest piece of advice you've learned this year?
I can't control everything. I learn that almost daily.
What's something that used to scare you but doesn't scare you anymore?
That's a great question. I was afraid of skiing, and it doesn't make me afraid. I was afraid of heights. I guess that came with kind of mastering skiing, and paddleboard yoga.
If you could relive one day in your life, which would it be and why?
Probably the day that Ava was born.
How do you usually find clarity when life gets noisy?
I pray and meditate, and I let it go.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Vibrant, loyal, and trustworthy.
What's a quote or a mantra that you keep coming back to?
The 2 greatest words in my vocabulary are I am. So whatever you put after I am, you are. So I like to say I am either moving forward, successful. You know, I believe your words are like spells. And that's why we call it spelling. So I'm very cautious with my words, even though I'm very humorous.
How do you measure success in your own life?
Wow, that's a great question. How do I measure? Not by my height, I can assure you. I measure success by how many people that I help that actually find ways themselves then to move forward.
What's a creative risk that changed something for you?
Doing this podcast.
And what do you consider to be your greatest achievement?
The love of my family.
Okay, final question.
Oh my God, that was fast.
If you could leave one sentence behind for the world to remember you by, what would it be?
It's not what happens to you in life, it's what you do with it.
You heard it here first.
Wow, that was great. Okay. So did you make those questions? Did you chat those questions or did you make those up yourself?
A little bit of both, but they also have a bunch of websites that have Vogue interview questions.
Oh, Vogue interview questions. Did I ante up to any of the real celebrities?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Did you learn anything new about me you didn't know?
I think I learned, it's hard, you talk a lot, so I know a lot about you.
No secrets.
No, I'm always learning something new every day.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned in your internship?
The most interesting thing I've learned in my internship, I think, is how much actually goes into like building up your own brand and creating your own brand. It doesn't just happen overnight, really.
Really, no.
It's a grind.
Right.
Yeah.
So when they tell you Facebook didn't happen in a garage overnight, the real it's a 25-year law. Like, you're going to see me here when I'm 95. Oh, Taylor. Is the brand baked yet? Yeah, no, those were really great questions. And I wasn't expecting some of those, so I hope I passed the litmus test.
Definitely.
Okay. Any other things you want to know while we're here on Mav's Coffee Clarity?
Is there anything you would go back and do differently in your career?
Yes, this is another great question. I'd be less afraid. You know, even though I consider myself someone that's pretty courageous and just do it, and, you know, it's the calculated risk of making smart decisions. I think sometimes we let other people's opinions get in our ears and we don't prune what's in our head enough, and sometimes it slows us down.
What caused you to change that mindset?
Because for every failure you have, you realize that it was a stepping stone to some success. And when you realize the failure didn't kill you, it made you a little stronger, a little wiser, a little better at making decisions, or a little more informed. Then you're like, I want to follow my passions. And I've been fortunate enough to be in creative fields where I could follow my passions. And I think it's a calculated risk, regardless if you're in a creative field or not. It's actually something we're going to talk about in the next episode about being in a startup, right? And how people decide what they're going to do for a startup in their business and what makes them make the decision to even want to do that. Some people aren't risk takers. It doesn't mean, you know, if someone's an extrovert or introvert, doesn't mean one is better or not. Doesn't mean either side can't be a success. So it doesn't mean the only successful people are entrepreneurs by any means. But there's sort of a resiliency that you build up when you have an entrepreneurial mindset, which I would tell everyone to do, even if you weren't a business owner, to have an entrepreneurial mindset. So when you're in a corporation or a big business, you have that resourcefulness thinking that connects the dots and allows you to be resourceful and curious and helpful. And so
Have you always been passionate and known what you want to do, or did it take you a little while to get there?
Oh, yeah, no.
No.
I mean, I knew I was creative.
Yeah.
I was an artist in high school. I went to almost art school. But I tried a lot of things. I kind of followed my curiosity. So I spent a little time in the fashion industry, the graphic design industry, the exhibit industry, the event industry, the fine art industry, and they're all threaded together. They're like different doors of one house.
Right.
Right? And what I realized, very true, is that most people have some underlying passion, and sometimes they don't have the energy or maybe the confidence to publicly speak.
Yeah.
Even if you're an introvert, you still need to publicly speak, right? So I spent a lot of time developing those skills to help people publicly speak.
What would you say to people my age that are scared to follow their passion because they don't want other people to judge them?
When you're in your glow-up years like I am, you'll say, that was all a waste of time, because half of those people that you were worried about, you won't see again. They will have gone through their own trials and tribulations. And, you know, Eleanor Roosevelt had a really great quote. No one can make you feel anything. You make the choice to feel if somebody's implied, well, you're bad, you're good, you're fat, you're skinny, you're short. You've accepted that in as truth. And once you've accepted some junk in as truth, you make it your own, then, your self-esteem can be tanked. And the same way you can, be hoity, right?
Right.
So I'm on the school of thought, don't judge yourself or others. If you must judge yourself, just judge yourself to where you came from. Are you better today than you were yesterday? And so, yes, it was hard. I mean, no one went to art school out of my family. They literally thought I was crazy. Maybe I am, I don't know. But I think I followed my passion because, I don't know. I can't tell you why and how, because it wasn't in vogue when I did it. But the more I did it, it's like anything. Creativity is a muscle. The more you use it, the more it grows. When you use your confidence, the more you use it, the more it grows. When you use your ability, like in math, the more you use it, the more it grows. So I would say, when you go down the road and you make a fork to the left or the right, whichever way you go down that road.
Right.
If it's not bad, make another turn. I mean, if it is bad, make another turn. So that's kind of how I live my life. I live my life very independently, although I have a wonderful family. I think you've got to allow yourself to be creative and grow. You can't lack your responsibilities, of course. I mean, I'm responsible to my family.
Yeah, of course.
But I think you have to allow yourself to grow. And one thing I would say to everybody is take a class. You must take classes. Even if you're employed by a corporation, take continuing ed classes. Upskill yourself. With the onset of AI and all these other things, we're almost de-skilling ourselves. Don't give away your power. And when you take a class, whether it's a cooking class, a language class, or maybe it's an AI class, you're keeping the cogs turning, different than what you might be doing in your 9 to 5. And that's how I stay fresh. I am a lifelong learner.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Did she ask me some good questions, my friend? She's the next up-and-coming MAV. Well, I have been thinking about this. I was thinking that maybe all of the interns from your university that have worked with me over the years should come back. We should have like a halo career. Like, where are they all now? What are they doing? All right. Peace out, my friends. Taylor's got to get back to school, and I got to get back to work. Thank you so much,
Thank
Taylor.
you.
This was a lot of fun.
This was.